today what we're going to be going through, there's a good mix of clubs on the call. So some clubs will use the system to collect club memberships, and others might be using different tools. So in this session, it's kind of a good like broad overview of the membership platform as a whole. If you are considering reducing some admin for yourselves and just using the one system, over the last few years, there's been a load of new features added, and like that, building the systems like for clubs based on feedback from you guys as well, and kind of make it a one-stop shop for everything that you need from the membership system. So again, the vast majority of clubs will use the system for both club selection as well. So there's a load of a range of benefits that come through this. Essentially, it streamlines the whole process for clubs, for new members to join your clubs. But you still have kind of full control then on your, the actual membership applications coming through as well. So for club members, they can come on and pay the federation component and the club fee directly in real time. So the club fee goes directly to you through your connected Stripe account, and the federation fee goes directly to Athletics Ireland in real time as well, all in the same transaction. So there's no extra step or admin there on your behalf of that. For the renewals, we're going to be focusing on, as well as kind of setting up the club products today, we're going to go through the renewal process. Again, coming into this time of year with the system closing and reopening again for 2025, there's a load of ways, a good few options there in terms of renewals for your existing members as well, and just how quick and easy that is through emails and like that kind of, we might go through some special cases as well in terms of overriding the prices for coaches or putting families through together at different rates and things like that as well. As well, I think if there are clubs on this that aren't don't have their club products set up on the system just yet either, having everything in the one place. Like right now, I think you'll notice you need to mark club members as fully paid. So I think for club members to be fully recognised, they need to have paid both their club component and have the federation fee paid as well. So like that, with everything done in the one place, with the club, the club product and the federation renewal all done in the one transaction. Essentially, a person can renew like 1 minute and then enter into an event in the following minute, and it's all going to be done in real time and completely synced when everything is done in the one place like this. For us as well, with all the races coming through, the system also, anyone trying to sign up for a road race or anything like that, the €2 ODL is automatically applied, and you wouldn't have had to have done anything in the background in terms of marking that person as paid in the system. In the system as well, I will touch on the reporting. Everything is in, just because you're getting the funds in real time, obviously all the reports are in real time as well. So you have full access to all the data there for your club members, all in the one place. We'll go through some built-in communication tools as well. So you have access to build out newsletters for your club members. So it might be another option. I think WhatsApp groups are another common one as well that people like to use. But if you are interested in newsletters, there is a built-in communication tool. You'll notice anyway, for a lot of, like, if you don't have club products set up and you aren't collecting club memberships through the system, essentially it is a quick process because all your members' details are already there because of the federation component anyway. So it's a handy thing to use to stay in touch with everyone. We'll go through the custom group discounts. So this is a kind of a common thing that crops up every year in terms of um, family renewals and those kind of bulk renewals, and clubs wanting to have special prices essentially for families renewing together. So we'll go through the discount side of things as well, as going through the price override and everything uh, for coaches or any other instances of that as well. For the kind of payment side of things for the club component, it is quite low, so it's a 2.5% fee plus bank charges. This transaction charge can be passed on to the club member at the checkout. Um, so essentially, it's a cost neutral platform for clubs to use to collect club memberships, and all that will go to you directly in real time. For those of you who may not have Stripe accounts already, it is a very quick and easy process to set up Stripe as well. There are full guides available on setting up Stripe on the platform as well. And the only piece of information you'd need to set up the Stripe account, that's it's free, and all you'd need is a bank account to connect it to and a photo ID. For clubs that do use the system to collect club memberships, there is the added benefit that we launched earlier last year. It's a free fundraising tool, so a lot of you who you probably noticed that new tab on your club interface now as well. So we'll go through the benefits of fundraising. So essentially, there's no charge associated with the fundraising. And again, because your Stripe is already connected through for the club products, all the fundraising goes directly to you in real time as well. Um, so yeah, is there any questions so far? I guess I would. Oh, perfect. Thanks so much, Elizabeth, for confirming that there. Um, Send out a Canva newsletter in this component. Yeah, I actually use Canva myself. For the newsletter tool, in the system, it's not done through Canva, um, but it's done through the system itself. What might be handy if you're using Canva, like obviously it is a really great tool. If you kind of export the different components as pictures and add them as pictures instead and layer them in that way, that can be really useful as well. Um, Perfect. If there's any more questions as we're going along, we might just dive into the live demo now of the different features. So this is our test club just for the purposes of this webinar today. So again, your interface is going to look the very same as this in the club management tool. So just to start off with the very basic, we'll go into the club profile. Um, for any of you that don't have your own website and you're just using say like social media or anything like that for club members, this actually has a few useful tools. So in your general information of your club, you actually have a club public page here. This one will be hidden from view because it's just our test club. And you can fully customize it in terms of uploading a logo, uploading a header image, adding in a custom color. For clubs that do have websites, you can also add in your website here as well as your social media channels. So this is just makes it easier for any new members to find your club. So if they come onto Athletics Ireland and click on find a club through the user interface here, um, they can browse the different clubs essentially that are close to them based on their county or the club type. And when you open up the club page, it has all the information that you've easily added to the back end there in terms of your logo, the link to your website. And you'll notice as well with this link, it also has the renewal option as well as joining the club. A new addition that we've made this year is that your permanent events are automatically put into here as well. And if you've added in your social media, these will be automatically previewed here also. So it might be something really useful to use as well going forward. In the membership settings, this is where you would control your club products. So for in here, you'll notice if you don't yet have this set up, the very first thing you'll need to do is go into financial settings and connect your Stripe account. And once your Stripe account is connected, you'll be able to add the club products. So in the financial settings, if the Stripe isn't connected, you'll just see a big button that says connect with Stripe, and you'll just need to click that button and log into your current and log into your Stripe account in order to connect the two. Perfect. So for the club products, I'll just add a new test one here, as well on top of our other ones. So for the product name, this can be whatever you want it to be. So we'll just say juvenile. Say for example, if you wanted to do, break down the juvenile prices based on particular age groups, um, and have different maybe prices associated with each of those. You're going to pick your category and the price. Um, in case anyone is wondering, actually, with the reaffiliation for 2025, all your current settings and products are going to be pulled through anyway. So if there's any new secretaries on the call, that will all be there for you already. Like you won't have to recreate everything again. Um, so as we spoke about earlier, for the club products, it's 2.5% plus bank charges. So essentially it's 4.5%. So you can choose whether these are added. So if these are passed on to the club member when they're renewing, or absorbed. So if they're absorbed, the funds will go to you directly in real time. It's just the 4.5% is retained by the platform. For the year, it'll be defaulted as well for the current year. And if you wanted to control your date to start selling the membership, so for example, you can basically control when you want these to be available. And you can control again the ages. So this one is from 3 until 7, or 4 until 7, sorry. If you want to restrict the quantity of the number of particular members who can select this product, you can control that in the available quantity option here as well. So I'll just save that one. Perfect. So you'll notice that because my online sale dates were earlier this year, because it was a test one, you'll notice it doesn't have that green tick that says active. So if it has that green tick, it means it's active and that people can actively choose it. A common thing we see is that essentially when people are renewing, essentially there's some free products added here. So there could be like a particular coach product that's, the price is zero. And essentially if it's set up as a public product like this, it's totally fine to do it yourselves, but in terms of it, there is essentially nothing stopping, and anyone that isn't a coach or a person who should have a free product applied to them. So to show you how that would work before we move on to the discounts, because the kind of override is a kind of key part of that as well. So I'll just go into club members and just find a sample one here. So if there is a coach, you'll notice the interface is the same for new members as well as the renewals. So I'll just click on renew and I'll give them select the club product for them. So you're selecting both, so you'll notice there is still the 55 euros. All their details will be pre-filled for you, so you don't need to edit anything there. And you'll notice this price override button here. So you can set in any amount. So say if you just wanted to charge coaches like €5, or you can set it as completely complimentary as well. What you can do is send the order. So basically this will send a payment link to that person's email, and that's in their membership. You can proceed to checkout. So this option will let you enter in card details to complete the payment. So this is handy if, for example, they're standing in front of you or they want to make a payment over the phone. Or you can copy the payment link. So this basically, for example, you could copy this and send it to them in WhatsApp, or any kind of other channel, or even a text message to the person. I might just check in the questions. Now I can see a few coming in. Is there a limit to the number of memberships you can create? No, Sharon, there isn't. We'd recommend kind of keeping it as streamlined as you want for yourself in terms of managing it. But no, there isn't a cutoff for the quantity there. Will group discounts feature be simplified for the coming year? We use it, but it's currently complicated and cumbersome. No bother with that, Martin. We're gonna do a discounts demo there now. What type of fundraising? What types of fundraising have you used Stripe? So all the fundraising is done through Stripe. We're gonna actually we can actually nearly do a full webinar on the club fundraising component if that's of interest. Just to show you really briefly here, just before we head into the discounts demo, you would essentially have a club page like this. This is automatically created for you from the system anyway, and there's a donate button and a start fundraising button. So essentially, that's how the funds would come in through the club, through the fundraising element in the system. So if you had a coach discount, you would need to go into each membership to see that. Yeah, for the coaches, if you want to do the price override, it would just mean you would need to renew each coach individually and set the price for them, and like that send them the payment link. So again, you can set it up as less expensive, membership, or set it up like that and just kind of monitor who's using that particular club product. Or you can, I imagine, if you just had a small number of coaches, it might be handier just to renew them yourself and override the price. So for the discount element, we're going to go back into the club profile and the membership settings. So for the group discounts, so I'm just going to click on create group discount. So there's two different ways essentially of doing the discounts through the system. So you can do it by category or by particular products. The simplest way is to do it through the category function, which essentially I think the biggest way the discounts are used is for families. So whether if it's two adults, three children, or two adults, one child, and so on and so forth. So essentially, you're just selecting the category and saying, this particular discount would be for three children and one adult. So you'll notice that the total amount that would be in the checkout right now for the club component for that family renewing will be €85. Whereas you can set the final club price, so you actually want them to pay 60 instead of paying the 85, and that's what set the discount. If anyone is having any trouble with setting up their discounts, again, we're technical support, so we're at hand to help as well. And like that, we do have a full suite of user guides as well. So in the main membership platform, so there's member user guides if anyone is in touch with you themselves and needs help, adding a new membership to their account. You have a quick and easy link to send them, and it's all the step by step screenshots of what to do. And in the club one, obviously, has the very same. So it goes through all the very kind of flow here in terms of getting started, like the affiliation, setting up your Stripe, how to edit your club officials, everything like that. So there's essentially a guide for nearly every function on the platform. So again, if you're feeling overwhelmed about watching this live, you will have a lot to look back on and kind of click through and just find it step by step. So say if you are setting up the club products, or we'll say the creating the discounts here, it goes through a full guide on which button to press, how to set them up, all with the screenshots. So you won't need to watch back the live webinar if you need any help doing it. And then like that, we're at hand to help then as well. Um, just double check on the questions again. How do we find that fundraising? Yeah, so the fundraising, so you'll notice here in the club profile, you have your general information, membership settings, club officials, financial, and then that's the fundraising section here. So in the club fundraising section, you can access the fundraising portal, or you can just find out more with fundraising information on how it all works as well. Perfect. I think that covers our membership section. For club officials, again, you'll be adding your club officials at the time of affiliation as well. But if you do need to edit any of these throughout the year, if there's any changeovers, you can edit by clicking on the little square icon here, or you can remove that person just by clicking on the X button. You can also assign a new club official. A change we've made this year as well. So if you're a particularly small club and maybe you're the chairperson and the secretary, or you have duplicate roles, if you have a duplicate role, you can just select the email from the drop down, so you'll have like a duplicate position in the company. And then as well, if any of your club officials don't want to receive any email alerts, for any kind of new membership applications, you can turn this off as well by ticking this button here. Perfect. So for the club member section, again, it's the very same for people using the system to collect club payments as well as federation payments through the system. Just to show you here, it would the only way it would look slightly different is in the membership summary. You'll see the federation memberships and as well as the club memberships there. Um, for the renewal options then, in terms of the really easy ways in which you can do this, essentially we're going to go into the communications tab at the very top of the screen here next to the welcome button. And the very first option here is email renewal invite. So by default, this will automatically pull in your lapsed members. Um, the renewal invites, you can basically tick this box at the very top here and select everybody, or else you can just tick one, two, or specific people that you'd like to renew. You can also go back through the years if you need to, but by default, like this, it'll be the last members for 2024 going forward. Good, we're done. Again, if there's any more questions, guys, keep popping them in the question box there or the Q&A as we're going along. For the renewal invites, once you've selected the people that you'd like to renew by ticking the box here, just click on proceed. If you want, you can add in a custom message to the members. So 2025. This can be anything. So, for example, if you're doing the renewals, you might want to include maybe a training schedule or any kind of notification here, or even just a nice message to say, coming back for this year, you hope that they renew. You can preview the template as well. So if you click on the preview template button, this is a new feature for 2025 as well. So essentially you have a very basic preview of what the email will look like. So your club banner that you have added in your club profile is added into the header of the email. And then your welcome message will appear first. It'll pull in their name, and essentially this is the system message there. So they'll have that unique link to renew their membership. The thing to remember with renewal invites is that it will send the emails to all three of those unique people and unique email addresses. So again, you could like, if your club has 10 people or 200 people, it's going to take the same amount of time to send out the renewal invites this way. So it can really save a lot of time. You can send it straight away, or you can schedule it to go on a particular date. Just so if you are taking any holidays and things are, you want to send out the renewals while you're away at this particular date, the club has agreed to put out anything, that can be controlled there as well. The other renewal option for club members, and that is another really handy tool for families or particular groups of members that want to renew together, is by going through the multi-renewal option. So this is down here, just above the user guides link. So again, it's very straightforward. So if you imagine if myself, Joe, and Stephen we're all siblings, and we want to have that custom price, or we're having some technical difficulties and they just want, I just want you to send me a payment link. You can take the people that you want to renew, click on renew selected members. You'll have to select their membership, their club product that you want to renew them for. Click on proceed, and here you can override the price option here as well. So say for example, if there was a discount for say 4 siblings together, and my sister went on and renewed herself, and the three of us weren't getting the right discount then when we tried to renew it because it's in a separate transaction, the club official can come in here and set the price uh, for each of us separately. And then the very same, you can then copy the payment link to send, or you can send the order. So for sending the order, it's important to note that it's slightly different to the renewal invites, in the sense that you're sending this full order to just one email address. So for the email renewal invites, I'll get a link to renew my membership individually. But for the multi renewals, these so the email that's entered in here will be I'll get the link to pay the €220. So handy if you want to send a payment link for a parent and their kids to the parent that's looking to renew. Perfect. Let's go back and check our questions here. There's a few coming in. Can you show us how to add new members, please? Yeah, that's no problem. We can cover that as well, Sinead. What's the correct way to get support if we have issues or questions? For anything technical, you can contact support@eventmaster.ie. Or like that, if it's more of an Athletics Ireland in general question, the email would be I think admin@athleticsIreland.ie. I'll be sending out the recording to the webinar tomorrow, and like that, I can include in the email, the quick links to the guide that we maybe covered today, and then like that the contact information as well if you have any other queries. Are you able to send communications to discrete groups within your club? Yeah, we can go through the communications tool here as well. Oh, we're still on. Um, Perfect. So the first question there was adding new members. So to add a new member to your club, you're going to go into the club members section here. Actually, I might empty my cart first, just so I don't confuse things. Perfect. So yeah, I'm going to go into club members, and there's a button here that has add new members to cart. Um, So this essentially, if you're adding a new member, it kind of it bypasses the membership approval. So like that, if anyone has applied to join your club, say from the Find a Club page or through any other channel, they'll be in your members approval section here, and you'd need to approve them essentially before they're a member of the club, and they'd automatically get their payment link once you approve them then. But if you want to manually add a new member, which I think that is the question here, you're going to click on add new members to cart in your club member section. So by default, it'll preload your club. You can select the product. So we'll say this one we'll do senior. That's the live one here. And click on continue. When you're adding new members, you're going to have all their information. So like that, it is handy for yourself if you want to collect the get them to go through the club link and everything as well. So yeah, once you have in their information, I'm just gonna click save. So I've all that filled in correctly. Perfect. So in the very same interface as the other ones that we've seen, you can override the price for them if it's a special rate or for whatever reason. You can send the order. So again, it'll just send the payment link to their email. You can proceed to checkout and put in the card details. So again, if they're standing in front of you or if they want to make a payment over the phone, you can do it this way. Or you can copy the payment link like we saw here and send it in WhatsApp or send them a text or anything like that as well. I hope that answers that question here. Um, is there a function to create different groups in a membership? So yeah, for the communications tool here, um, you can do particular emails. So you're going to go into email templates. So again, this is our test clubs. So these will be proper, nice emails you can make yourselves. So you'll see a list of all your existing templates. So again, if you want to set up something nice, you can easily duplicate it and essentially, have all that have that ready to go then as well. I'll just click on add new template here just to show you. So the name is essentially the name of the newsletter just for yourself to manage from the front end. The subject would be the subject line of the email to the club. And then you're just going to drag and drop the different elements into the newsletter too. So we'd have full guides on that as well. But no, you can take your time with it and have fun with it. I think somebody had mentioned Canva as well for any kind of pictures or making anything um for your club as well. I'll just save this here. Uh, so I'll just save this one, obviously, just as a. So yeah, in terms of sending the communications, then once you're happy with how everything looks, you can click on run/schedule. So it is kind of already subdivided out for you. In terms of you can send it to all active members, active juvenile, active senior, non-renewed members, and it goes through all the different years. So that's currently how you could subdivide it out. Um, if you did want to send communications to, create your own groups, that's something that we could look at from a development point of view in terms of uploading an Excel list or anything like that. But no, it is a really good suggestion. Um, we have new members joining in October. We won't be charging the Athletics Ireland fee until January 2025. Can they pay their training fees only via this and admit the Athletics Ireland fee? Um, Marisa, I think you might be the best one to answer this one.
No, that's not possible. But they can join from the end of November, and the federation fees will count into 2025. So to become a full member, insured and everything with Athletics Ireland, they need to have paid both their club fee and their Athletics Federation fee.
Um, Great, thanks for that, Marisa. Um, Perfect. I don't think I've missed any other questions there.
We have one more in the chat box there, Leanne.
Oh, okay. If an athlete is transferring to your club and has already paid the AI membership for the year with their old club, can you override that? Yeah, Siobhan. Um, Apologies, I'm losing my voice. Um, when when an athlete is transferred into your club, they essentially won't have a club product from your club associated with their membership. So once you accept them into the club, they'll appear in your unpaid club members list here. Again, this is our test club, so I don't have a particular live example to show you. Um, but when you click on send the payment link, there, when you click on assign the club product, you come to a screen very similar to what we saw before, where you can send them the payment link, and there's the option to override the price as well if you don't want to charge that person or charge them a different amount.
The federation fee should cross over with the transferred athlete anyway.
Yeah.
Just at that point, you just need to mark them as paying the club component, and then they'll be fully operational, be fully affiliated then as a member of Athletics Ireland.
Yeah, so it bypasses the federation part. Uh, just following on from Rice's comment there, if you're saying that if a new member joins after the 1st of November 2024, their AI fee is covered up to the 31st of December 2025. No, once there'll be communications, I think, coming out over the next few weeks in terms of the system shutting down and reopening for 2025. So that'll be in November. And essentially from it won't be the first, I think it more so be the end of November. That's when the if the club member renews after that point in November, December 2024, then it'll be valid up until December 2025.
Yeah, it will be the end of November once the system is up and ready to take registrations for 2025.
Great guys. I think that's all the questions we've covered. Uh, so just to hop back here, if anyone has in terms of wants to become a full user of the system, I can send the recording around, and again I'll include the links after the webinar to all our support resources. But if you're looking at this in and wanting to kind of take the next step in terms of using the platform more and streamlining things for yourself, um, I'll pop along this resource as well. So the first step essentially would be to connect a Stripe account. So I'll include a guide on how to set up Stripe, the link to how to add your products, and then if you need to add any discounts, then those would be optional. You can add those in as well, and then you're pretty much good to go. Um, Yeah, Brian, this is recorded, so I'll pop the recording out in the follow-up email tomorrow to everyone with all these resources here as well. But like that, if you go away tonight and think of any other questions or have any other queries or suggestions on how we can improve the platform as well, we'd love to hear them. So you can pop us an email and I'll include our emails in that communications as well. Lovely stuff, guys. I think that was everything. Yeah, perfect. So thanks so much for coming, guys. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day, and we'll be in touch with you tomorrow. And if we hopefully will look forward to seeing you on the other webinars then as well.